Well, this is hauntingly familiar.
Very.
Just this time with less people, thank God. And by that I meant the cast and our panel for this cast assessment. Thank God it's way less this time. Love you all who were there. I love you all. But we'll get y'all on this season eventually. Anyway, Mabu, hey! And welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay. Gay, I am just drinking water, because hydration is of the essence of all. Shout out to Jade Essence Hall. And I do have a cool intro and a cute shirt. Because it only felt fitting, finally, for the first time in Drag Race Philippines history, for me to wear my Turing shirt on an episode of this podcast. I'm very proud of myself. I thought about it before we started. Shout out to Turing, and yeah. Boom.
And hello, and hi. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm currently just drinking on some water because hydration is important, and I would like to just drink water right now. But I also always have in handy and around my cup mug. Ooh, panel full of cup mugs. Panel full of cup mugs. Panel. Cup mugs. All right. And you can be part of our cool gang and get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And we do ship internationally. So there are no uses. And Philippines, I'm looking at you. Get your cup mug, period. Or any of our cup merch, period.
Work. And I am brand new professional fangirl of Constant Dragon video games. As always, I'm drinking out of my Stanley mug. Yes, I am also enjoying my lead.
Good.
Also, on the topic of Stanleys, and she's also Filipino, I got the Stanley X Olivia Rodrigo this week. So I'm getting that in the coming weeks. So I'm excited about that because, you know,
why not?
I did not realize Olivia Rodrigo had to deal with Stanley. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's cute. So I can't wait to get it in person.
Yeah, it's a cute time. Cute time. Well, it's the moment we've been waiting for since the finale of season 2 of Drag Race Philippines. And we are finally back talking about the cast of season 3 of Drag Race Philippines! Yay! Oh, I watched this Meet the Queens and I saw this promo and said, baby, I need August 7th to be here now. I am so excited for this cast. I think Philippines is going to be the one to break the season 3 curse. I really do. It ain't going to be France. I think it might be Philippines. So. I
mean, I'm not hating France, but whatever.
No, not hating France at all. But yeah, we're gonna dive into everything, all of the things at once. Before we do that, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because we are here almost all the time, giving you almost all things drag. Currently, that means a lot. We've got All Stars 9 finishing up. We've got Drag Race France. We've got Drag Race Mexico. Canada's Drag Race Crave Original Canada vs. the World starts next week. And now we've got Philippines back on our roster. So subscribing and hitting the bell is the only way you will know when we get all of our content out for you all. There will be an Instagram review video episode of Look Over Here coming out in between now and the premiere on August 7th. So make sure to check that out. I'm very excited because it's my turn to judge.
Ooh, okay.
I'm thrilled. I am so thrilled. But yes, we are going to dive into everything. Make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access to a lot of our content, including early access to that Instagram review video of episode of Look Over Here as well. So, without further ado, we got a black and white rebrand promo situation on this occasion. And I figured it would be good to get her out of the way at the start. Mama Pow's promo.
I like it.
I like it too.
It's really
I think
cute.
Mama Pow looks great.
I personally, and I know that some of our other panelists that are not here today agree, I still like her season 2 promo the best.
Yes.
I agree.
But this is a close second for me. It's very, very good.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I enjoy the look. I think she looks fabulous. I like it. I like the trajectory of where we're going with this promo and where we're going with this season. So I like it.
No, yeah, I really like this too. And of course, the pop of red with the nails and the hair and the lipstick.
And the lip. It's so good. Whoever did her makeup for this, I'm praying to God that whoever did this makeup did her makeup for the season. I'm praying. I'm praying on it. Also, I just rewatched season 2 of Drag Race Philippines recently. I don't know if either of y'all ever picked up on this, but in the subtitles, not the ones that they do all the time, but the one like the added on subtitles, did you ever notice that they spell Mama Pow like Mamwa?
Yes.
I never noticed that.
I think it's supposed to be like Mamwa.
Mama Pow.
No. I will be calling her Mamwa. I will be calling her Mamwa for the season. But nevertheless, I'm excited for Mama Pow. We didn't get a promo for any of the other judges. I would have liked to see a Jiggly promo, personally, but it's fine. But what we did get is this group of girls. This is my favorite promo of the year so far. Favorite
this
promo of
promo's
the year.
eating.
Same.
This promo is eating down. Yes, God.
Black and white is such a simple theme too, and I love that so many girls took it in so many different directions. No one look looks like any other look on here. Some of them are a bit more classic. Some of them are really, really out there. But I think this, like, it's such a nice balance of everything going on. Like, I'm obsessed with this promo.
It's so good.
So.
It's so good.
Yeah, like how everyone's positioned on here, I was very impressed. And like, I can't wait to talk about everyone individually because all of these looks are like quite something.
I want us to keep in mind as well, we have Khianna in the middle of the promo. So I want us to, people in the middle of the promos tend to be important figures if it's kind of a more circular promo. If it's just a line, then honestly, placement doesn't really mean anything. But we have learned over the years that if there's a middle placement in a promo, it tends to be a queen that maybe does well. The most recent example, All Stars 9, Angeria is in the middle of that promo. So I'm just saying, keep it in mind. But let's dive into these queens. First up, we have Angel. I know her as Angel Galang. It seems like some of these girls are not using their last names on this season. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. But this is Angel. She is 23. She is from Manila. And her biological sibling is on this season.
Wow.
Like, It is the first time in Drag Race history that biological siblings are on the same season.
Oh,
and
Sugar
I
and
think that's
Spice.
so cool. Well, oh shit, you're right. You're so fucking right. I've literally put them out of my brain.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah, I've literally put them out of my brain.
Honestly, that's a mood.
Anyway, Angel. Brandon, let's start with you. What did you think of Angel?
Oh, the way that Angel started the entire Meet the Queens, obviously because but also just the chaos of it all.
She was one of several girls I noted that really wanted to channel some Miss Jade So energy. I gotta be honest with you.
Exactly.
And I do not blame any of them. I think there's one girl that did without trying to, and we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm. No, but this look, the wings, like I can't even describe, like, because I know they're supposed to be like the exact same like type of wings, but at the same time, it's so different. Like it feels so different as well. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's supposed to be the same like thing with just black and white, and of course, I love the jewel detail on the white and the black. And then also love the antenna. Also, do we know what she's holding? Like that food platter?
I don't know. No, a lot of them. I think most of them had food in this. I didn't, and I'm also going to preface all of this by saying there's a lot of stuff we missed, because there were no proper subtitles. WoW Presents Plus, get your shit together. Okay, thanks. You have an international audience. Act like it, please.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But there's a lot that we missed, just because there's a lot of it was. It's not the girls' fault at all because they're speaking their native tongue. So like, I'm not mad at the queens. I just as someone that only fluently speaks and understands English, I would like to know what they're saying because I want to get to know. I got to know a lot about these girls in this, and I'm excited. But like, y'all are usually really good about it, so I was very confused with this whole situation. My point with that is I don't know why they had food. And if someone in the comments would like to let us know why they have food, that'd be gorgeous and lovely. And please let us know all the things we missed out on. Mm-hmm. Thank you in advance.
Yes. Also, I will say, like, the promos, like, coming into the season already, a lot of classical stuff, so I'm very, like, seeing, like, wow, how the black and white kind of, like, entails with that, so I'm very excited. But overall, this look, like, again, just love the wings. Also, the shoes.
The shoes.
I just love how these clear pleasers has become a trend now, and I love it.
They've been around forever, though.
I know, but like I know they've been around for a while, but I think like I feel like it's the Mirage effect in a way. But I know, but like I just love a clear shoe when it comes to this, and especially with this theme. So, but overall, like this is a pretty solid look for me.
Okay, I like the look. I like that. She went with the black and white wing on each side. I wish you would have switched it up just to have the black and white on.
Have like the bodysuit on the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I agree with that.
I'm trying to. Oh, it is okay. It is. Her hair ombre is down to a black. I like that.
Yeah.
I
think it's black low lights. I think is
what
it is, or
that's
just
the
like
tips. The tips are black. I like that. I really like the jeweling on each of the bodysuit and on the wings because it just. I think this is a solid look. The headpiece is very pretty. The clear shoe definitely goes with this look. It makes sense with this look. I like it. I think she looks good in it. She's beautiful.
I absolutely agree with that. I really like this promo. I agree with you completely, Lana. I wish that the black and the white were flipped on the sides when it came to the actual, bodysuit situation. Here's the thing. I think it's a more simple promo.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite promo. It's not my least favorite promo. I don't even know if I honestly have a least favorite promo. There's going to be one that I scored the least out of everyone, but honestly, like, everyone looks incredible in this promo. So, for me, I get a little bit of LaFille in the face. Specifically facial structure, and I'm a big fan of that. I will say that. She described herself as high energy, sweet and savage. Like we talked about, her biological sibling is Maxie, who we'll talk about in a little bit. She's been doing drag for 7 years. I think just the amount of energy she had was really cool. And I really do enjoy the look, though it is a little simple. All of the details are so perfect. I don't always love a clear pleaser, but when a clear pleaser works, it works gorgeously. And in this case, it works. So I'm excited to see her. Scores for Miss Angel.
I gave this an 86.
I will give her a 88.
I also gave her an 86. I didn't split the difference this time. Next up, we have, I forget how to say, John Fedellaga, I believe. I don't believe you think you pronounce both L's. John Fedellaga. John is 22, I think, is what they said. From San Francisco currently, but originally from Pasig.
Ooh, I feel like a lot of these looks that they're giving, like this corset type thing, is very detailed to like what they're given with this. Also, I believe what she's drinking is Thai tea. I could be wrong.
Or a similar kind of beverage.
Similar type of beverage, but of that, like I just love that touch with this, and with the food theme aside, with the black and white, I was just like, okay, love of a luminous dress of this sort. But I will say, I wish we kind of got a little bit more like detailing in the dress itself, but still solid. Love the feathers on the shoulders, and this hair. That's what stood out. Like the hair stood out the most for me.
I thought this was gorgeous. I thought this was like extremely gorgeous. And the composition of this photo that they have, it's everything. They doing her really great justice with this photo. I love the volume of the dress, all the detailing at the top and the shoulder piece and all of that, and then with her hair being structured. If anything, I would want her hair to be just a little bit bigger to go with the volume of the dress, but because it makes her head look small with the big, all that height and volume around this dress. But this dress is everything, and her makeup is stunning. She looks absolutely stunning. I am like in awe of these girls because all of them are beautiful. I don't know. Like, you are not going to judge this on beauty alone because it has to be a lot, because they're all beautiful girls. And I think this is a stunning, stunning dress. Like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, there's so much I love about this garment, honestly. I agree with you completely, Lana. This choice of background, especially with the mysterious kind of mistiness on the side too, really adds another dimension to this. I love the striping going around. I am also going to agree with Brandon in that I think the look is really good. I just am missing a little bit of the complete wow factor, if that makes sense. Like, I think the detailing on the bust part is really great. I love all of this back piece that's going on here. And while the skirt is big and voluminous and it looks very good, it's a little simple. And I maybe would have liked if whatever this patterning that's going on in the in the chest part kind of came down a little bit into the dress. It doesn't have to go all the way in. It could ombre in or something like that. But I just think that would add a little bit more visual interest to the skirt part of the garment overall. But gorgeous, stunning. I agree with you also, Lana. I want the hair to just be a touch bigger. Not huge, just another, like a little bump on the updo.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
What's
really
her name
good.
again?
This is John Fedellaga.
Okay.
They talked also about how John is just like their real name. So now we will have had Bob, Charlie, Derek, Chad, Michael, and now John. I'm kind of loving it. Her drag is very pageant, serving face, and she's most known as a content creator, which completely makes sense as to why she lives in San Francisco. Completely makes sense. I really like her. I think she is. I think she's really fun. I really like her personality, and I think she's gonna give us some good, for lack of a better term, American style pageant drag this season, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I feel like she's going to like be more relatable to the more like quote unquote English speaking audience, just so
or the Western audience. I feel like a lot of the Western audience might gravitate towards John because
like how we were with Dee Dee Marie Holiday last season. So
no, totally, yeah. I think it could very well be a similar situation. Absolutely,
yes.
Scores for John.
I gave this an 87.
That is exactly what I gave it.
And yet I had the harshest critiques that I have the highest score. I gave this a 91. I think it's really impressive.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
The caliber of this promo, though, is just very high.
Very.
So, next up, we have Jay Quinn, 25 years old from Kazan City. Yeah.
So for this look specifically, another hairpiece that really stuck out to me because it's a moon. Love the
moon.
Yes, shout out to Moon. Yes. I love the ruffles on these. Like not only within like this cape garment, but also the skirt as well. Because I feel like it's a lining thing where I'm trying to picture it to where if it were ink streaked on paper, like that's how I see it for the skirt.
Oh, okay. I see where you're at with that.
Yes, and I like the really detail of that. I do like the corset. Only thing I really don't like as much is the chest area because it's just the white with the black in the middle, but still good attention to detail with that. Part of me wish that the with that corset beading that's around it would have been up to where the black part is for me. But overall, and I didn't even notice that too with the hair as well. Like damn, that's just the good attention to detail that you can see. Also, I think she's holding an egg with iced tea, which I love.
Work egg queen.
I still love it though.
Yeah. I mean, push down the shove. Everything is going to focus on this headpiece. That is the first thing you're going to look at, regardless of what she was wearing. That headpiece is out of this world. It's so pretty. But I started at the head and I start going down. Her face, gorgeous hair. I like it. Yes. This cape, love the cape. But then we get to the dress. It's very simple. And I feel like the corset is there to break up the simplicity of it, but it doesn't do it for me in the right way. I feel like it breaks it up, but it breaks it up to a point where it's not a breakup flowing still. It's just what is that doing there? It doesn't make sense to be there. So it stops me from really wanting to go down to the rest of the garment, but you proceed your way down. And then I like the the different blacks and the whites at the ruffles, like the ruffles at the bottom of the skirt, is very pretty and interesting. I just feel like it loses its interest as it goes up. Once it hits that corset part, the dress loses its interest. It's a very simple garment. It's a very simple and pretty garment, but I'm like, compared to some of the rest of the girls' garments that's going to be in this picture with her, it kind of fades. It's not horrible in any type of way. Like, don't think I'm saying it's a horrible garment. I'm just saying, standing next to the garments that she's standing next to on this promo, it doesn't stand out. But her headpiece stands out. So I think she was relying heavily on the headpiece and was like, the black and white garment is going to be the black and white garment. And it's cute. It's cute. I just think the corset kind of distracts from, like, I would have rather just been that simple garment underneath without the corset, and just be like, I'm boho chic kind of style dress, but I get it. You want to be cinched. It's cute, but it kind of takes away from it to me.
Yeah, I definitely think I agree with a lot of that. I think overall this is a good ensemble. She looks polished, she looks well put together, and I really like it. The thing for me is, this is one of those situations like on America's Next Top Model where Tyra would have zoomed in on the face shot. This is a money-selling face shot. Like, the face shot with the headpiece and the way that the hair is going is so perfect for me. And everything else is a bit more relatable, for lack of a better term. Like, and I don't mean this as shady, because whoever made this made it very, very well. I feel like this is a very attainable kind of garment that I could see women or other gender expression people, like, I could see a myriad of people, like, wearing this garment on a regular basis. I would love to wear this. This would be an everyday kind of gig for me. Which is why for a promo, it feels a little relatable and not necessarily in the best way. But that face and that headpiece will sell her so much. The dress also was a little boho, which I'm not honestly against. I'm definitely not against it. But there's a lot I like here. I just wish it was a little bit more elevated. So, scores for J. Quinn, who said that her name partially comes from Harley Quinn. She's been doing drag for 8 years, and she has an ADHD brain, which means that her, like me, will pop in with random facts after I ask you for your scores.
Let's see. I'm going to give J. Quinn 83.
Brandon, would you stay off of my paper?
Can you both stay off of my whiteboard?
My iPad, I have wrote that down at the very beginning. Could y'all stay away from me, stay off of my board, please.
I need us to
that was unintended, I swear.
I need us all to stop sharing the brain cell, okay?
Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
The way that happened too, because I was fully ready to be like, Brandon.
Like, seriously, please.
Bitch. Oh,
copying me. Making me look like I'm copying you.
Right. You know who was copying no one? Khianna.
Baby.
Khianna with a K, 22 years old, from CDO, Cagayan de Oro. She said her drag name comes from Rihanna, which therefore we have to stand. She's a pandemic queen, and she combines cuteness, buntiness, YouTube, I ain't saying the word, and campiness, all together into one ensemble that we are presented with on this occasion. Brandon.
Whew, the spikes. You're going to poke somebody's eyes out. Like, whew. And I love how the contrast with this, like, the skirt of it all, and then with the white capiness of it all, I love the contrast, and also these spikes, like these spikes. I want that wig. I want that wig.
Is that your everyday going to be going to get groceries wig?
Groceries, not so much, but
Okay.
I wouldn't say like every day. It's more so for me if I need to cut a bitch.
Oh, per.
Miss Khianna, you knew exactly what you were doing when you were wearing this outfit. You knew exactly what you were doing when you picked this outfit. You knew there was no other place for them to put you on the picture but in the middle with this outfit. Because where would you go? You would poke somebody's eye out, as Brandon said. You would stick somebody here in the side of the. They had to put you in the middle, and nobody could be around you. And you know what? That is smart. That is smart. I love this look. I think this look is so amazingly just campy, and I can't say it, but you know what it is.
Buntiness.
So bunty.
So bunty.
Bunty. It's everything. She's stunning. Like this wig headpiece caramel thing that you got going on. The situation that you got happening right now is everything. And it just frames the beauty in her face. Like, look at those eyes. Incredible. Incredible. Like, I am ugh. She was one of the people when her Meet the Queens popped up, I was like, ooh, okay. Okay now. We have a season. These girls are here to play. Got it. Got it. Got it. I see you. This is stunning. The softness of the white cape, the harshness of the if that I don't even know if that's leather on that, if her black part is leather and the cape is satin, or are they both satin?
I think it's vinyl and satin. It
Ugh.
is what it looked like to me. It was either vinyl and satin or vinyl and potentially a silk charmeuse, Lana.
Maybe. I don't either way it goes, it's beautiful. It's beau- it's beautiful. Like
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
stunning. And I can't. I will go on too long. I can't.
I hope we get, side note, I hope we get another beautiful moment from Kennedy Davenport since she'll be back on our TV soon. Yeah, no, this is clearly one of the best promos of the bunch. Like, this is, it's not my favorite, I'll be honest, but I think it's really, really, really good. I love the mix of fabrics as well, Lana. I definitely agree with this. Like, I'm gonna say silk something or other of the cape with this kind of vinyl dress with all of the, you know, pointiness, with then this corset with the panty. She made sure to tell us about the panty, and I said, okay, I acknowledge the white panty. Thank you very much. Yeah, I really like her. I think her personality is so fun. We are aware of her drag sister, and I would never have put these two girls together, but her drag sister is Hanabeshi.
Oh.
So I see the campiness. They have a different aesthetic perspective, but I see the campiness in both of them. So if the campiness is Hanabeshi levels of campiness, I am thrilled to see how this girl goes. Like, I'm very excited. The one nitpick I have with this gown is that the points in the hips are not perfectly rounded. It's a little crinkly. And all I would have needed it to happen is just shove like a cone in there. And for me, it would have been fine. I just wanted a little bit more, straight and round. But otherwise, Gorgina Ramsey down. So
Beshi with Khianna.
Scores for Khianna.
My cup is full here.
All right. All right. All right. I gave her a 95.
Of course you would.
I'm turning into David. Can you tell?
Honestly, I can't.
Work.
No.
Well, next up, the girl we already knew, kinda, sorta, Miss Maxie, 24 years old. We already met her sibling, Angel, but most of us know her from Queen of the Universe. And I'm very excited to extend the amount of time on this podcast I get to say Queen of the Universe this year. And allegedly, according to alleged information that is alleged, it might continue after this season too.
Ooh. Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a very good thing, if you ask me.
Work. I love how she has her finger in. I'm looking like it's strawberry milk.
Probably.
I didn't clock what Khianna had for her food, but it was like a black bag of sorts, but not that aside, but relatable to this because with whatever pink drink this is with the roses on this though. Like this is a very smart promo. What I love about this is like the ombre, not only in the bottom of the skirt, but in like the flower itself. I want this is one dress I would actually want, and be confused with like the whole when I said I want Khianna's wig, and then I want this dress as well, just to have that contrast.
Work, bitch.
But this is classy. This is very classy, and I love that for Maxie.
This is so pretty. It's sophisticated. It's gorgeous. It's classy. It's very pretty, and it goes along with who she is because she's very pretty. I can't. It's just it's something about this dress with this wig, that makeup. It's so pretty. It's just pretty. This is a great promo. The contrast of the composition of the picture of the stairs behind her and all that white and with the black side. It's just a good picture. They are doing these girls their due. They're giving them their due diligence. These pictures are everything. These are beautiful. She's beautiful. She was one of the ones that stood out to me in Meet the Queen. So I am excited to see what she brings to the show.
I definitely agree. I'm happy that Maxie is getting another opportunity on now Drag Race, seeing as how she had to withdraw from Queen of the Universe. She's probably, since I don't think they're bringing it back, probably the only person ever to have to withdraw and not be eliminated. But no, I'm so happy to see her here. I'm excited to see a more well-rounded side of Maxie. We know she's a great singer. She is a remarkable singer. You know there's going to be a singing challenge this season, so they can give her a win. And I'm fine with that. And I'm very excited to see more of the rest of her drag. Because Queen of the Universe really only gave me a taste. I'm excited for the entire Maxie experience. I like this promo a lot. It's definitely not one of my favorite promos, only because for me, it is sophisticated, it is classy, and it is very elegant, but it is simple. I think the patterning on the dress does do a lot for it, and I love that it's a built-in pattern into the fabric. I almost wish that these flower details were 3D. I think that would have added a little bit of dragginess to the garment overall, but her shape is phenomenal. She looks gorgeous in this. I love the glove. This hair for me is also the perfect size. I don't want it, maybe one additional curl, but that's about it. Her mug is absolutely incredible. And Do we think her and her sister matched packages like the twins did? I hope not. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, we saw Angel's promo first, so that didn't match, obviously.
Clearly, they're not, same vibe. But I'm thrilled for Maxie. I'm excited to get to know more about her, for sure. Scores.
I gave this a 92.
I gave this a 97.
I gave Maxie an 85. Next up, Myx Chanel. Ooh. If anyone, for me, was the Miss Jade So of this Meet the Queens, for me it is Myx Chanel, for sure. 27 years old, from Marikina. She described herself as the Filipina drag supernova. Non-binary artistry. Thank you for the representation on this non-binary awareness week. Thank you very much. She said she is a fashion remix. She blends anime and cartoon and sex. She is a, quote, hentai adjacent fashion illustration. She started during the pandemic. And the other thing I noted that I'm really, really excited to hear from her is that she can't wait to discover the next level of her drag while doing DragRace. And I really love that acknowledgement of it's a competition, but it is also a journey to develop greater skills as an artist. And I really, really love that from them. So, thanks, Chanel.
I mean, what stood out for me, two things. The paisley on this dress, but also this wig. Like, this wig is everything. The heart detail of it all, and also, I feel like that's, like, beading on it as well. Like, that is so hard to do. Whoever made that wig, like, props to you. And I do love the whole, like, ribbon detail of this. I'm not sure what the fabric for this one is, but, like, love the whole ribbon of it all. And, like, I love the black paisley. Like, that's the bow where the chest is. That's really smart as well. And then the gloves. I love how one side has, like, the pearls. I love that touch.
I mean, I like a good bandana dress. That's literally what she's giving us. It's the white bandana with a black bandana. My only wish is if she would have did the black bandana in the ribbon and all in the bottom, like the bottom of the dress, be the black bandana as well. Because just that one black bandana bow, it's like, okay, that's cute. But it should be the whole thing. Like, I feel like all those black parts should be in the black bandana to go with it, to make it a full on bandana dress. Like, go all out. Don't half step it. Go all the way out. I love the wig. I do enjoy the wig. I think it being in this heart, in the blue, in the heart, it's cute. I maybe would have wanted it in the white, or even black, or black and white. I don't know. But I think the pop of color is cute. It gives it a different contrast to all the black and white. But I like it. I think she looks great, and I do agree with you. She definitely gave me Miss Jade. So in this, to Meet the Queens, I think she has a really cute, bubbly personality that is going to be either very infectious and and translate really well in the competition, or it's gonna be very annoying, or people are like, oh, we've already seen that, done that, and somebody did it better. It can go either way for her. So I hope it works out well. I like her though.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I see what you're saying about the bandana, the black bandana situation, Lana. I think I wouldn't mind it, so I think I do agree with you. I like it though, because then we get behind the black bandana, you get just that black satin band over the arm, and then it's reflected in the little peplum we got in the hip, and then also reflected kind of in the texture of the base of the mermaid or the trumpet skirt. So like I don't mind it. I definitely would like to see it in the full black bandana, like you said. I think that might give too much visual interest is the only thing that I would worry about it. But overall, I think this is a gorgeous ensemble. I actually like that the hair is this kind of muted, like almost denim blue. I think it adds a nice contrast, especially with how pale her skin is as well. I think it does provide a nice balance to the overall look. I like the girls that kept the hair either black or white, but I also really enjoyed the girls that added a bit of a touch of color with that additional situation. I am obsessed with her personality. She is the person that I am the most excited about going into this season. And I think we're going to get some good TV from Myx Chanel. That's what I'll say. I think we're going to get good TV. So, scores.
I'm gonna give Myx Chanel a 90.
I'm gonna give Myx Chanel 87.
I gave her a 94. Next up, what a drag name, Popstar Bench. Popstar Bench. 26 years old from Manila. She is a frequent of O-Bar, as we learned in this Meet the Queens. She is a high-energy dancing queen, known as a celebrity impersonator, and she's very campy and energetic. And there's clear camp on display as she's wearing fucking TV on her head. Girl! Girl! Girl!
So, oh my god.
She made sure that we will never forget her promo. Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that part.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
once I saw this, I was like, excuse me. like Logan took the words right out of my mouth. Girl. I mean, again, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Like, I'm obsessed with this. The shocking thing is this is like not my favorite of the promo looks. So
What?
I have a better one that's coming up. So
Okay.
but this is still great because like it's just like, hey, TV right here. It's like giving the whole like when Bianca was the Laganja, like I love it. She's like on the table or something. Like she wants to give that with the TV, like but in a different way. But this dress though, like I love this dress. Like I love this dress. Does it contrast the TV? No, but it still adds to it that in a way. Love this fan detail too. Like I can see like the detailing of that. It's supposed to be like a traditional Asian design that I know that I'm familiar with, but it's so hard to tell because it is black. But it is still like stands out. This dress though on the other hand though, because like the V is what I'm obsessed with that ruffle part. It gives to me like disorganized Cruella de Vil, but in the best way, kind of. Because I know Cruella de Vil has like the more like I don't know how to describe it, but that's how I would call it.
Work diva.
She has a TV on her head.
Yep. Mm-hmm. She, you know, Lana, she sure does have a TV on her head.
She has a TV on her head. with the antenna and everything.
Uh-huh.
And do you know she did the whole Meet the Queens with the TV on her head?
Sure did.
She sure did.
And I said, that is dedication.
Right.
She is committed to the bit, and I am here for it. I'm just like, work. I don't know why she has a TV on her head. I don't know what it is for. It doesn't like coexist with the look that she's wearing. But you know what? I don't care. I could care less why she has a TV on her head. I am going to live for the TV on her head. I'm living for the TV on her head. And you go. And in this dress, I love this dress is giving me all the like she's holding the fan, but the dress is the fan. Like look at that bottom detail of that. It's just all fans, just put together, laid down flat. And I love when ruffles are done right because I am not a ruffle girly. I honestly can't stand a lot of ruffles together and put together in one place because it gives me unless it's done right and this is done right because you know who does ruffles right and it's like very cantina when the Cantonese when they're dancing and they got the flamenco dancers and they got the big ruffle plume skirts and da 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 and they moving around. They do it right. This is done right because the ruffles aren't offensive. The ruffles are put in the right place. It's not huge, but it's still giving volume. It's giving drama. It's giving, it's just giving. And I like that she decided to go more of the black with the white trim of it all instead of more white and then just a lot, the equal amount of white and the equal amount of black. Like she went black, black, black. Here's a hint of white here. Here's a hint of white here. And then the white was in her makeup. And she just grayed out her face. And then this TV, it just looks I just really like it. I don't want to keep talking about it, but I like this look. Is it my favorite of the night? I don't know. I don't think so, but I like it.
She's got a fucking TV on her head. Like, you better work, Popstar Bench. Like, I honestly don't know what else to say. Like, truly just work, bitch. Good for you. We are never going to forget this promo ever. And with so much Drag Race happening, like, we are never going to forget this. And I love that for her. And like you said, Lana, that dedication to the bit of having it through the whole Meet the Queens, like it's just. And here's what I will say as well, because the first thing I noticed with this look was that her hands and her chest aren't super white, but with the way that she's done this, as if she's in the TV, it works. It works so perfectly. This is art. More than really anything else, this is performance art. And I am just I am so obsessed with it. Like, oh my God. And then the dress, I love the scalloping that's happening throughout the dress. Like it's so asymmetrical in that way. And I really, really like that compared with this very symmetrical top that she's got going on. This might be my favorite promo, and honestly, most of it doesn't have to do with the fact that she has a good TV on her head. Like, that just adds to it, but, like, it's just really good. It's simple, effective, classy, and so campy and in on the joke that yeah. Scores.
Yeah, my cup is full.
Maybe you should go, Logan.
Yeah, mine is also full.
I gave her a 94.
How dare you, Lana?
I did what I did.
That's fair.
You didn't give my full a full.
I gave her a 95 though, so I still scored her higher.
Okay, give her a 95 for me then. She gets a 95.
Okay, great. Good.
But it's still not full, so.
That's fine.
So take away the how dare you, because I didn't how dare you. Take it away. Take it away. Thank you.
We got to move next to your Tita Baby. Not his, hers, or theirs. Your Tita Baby.
Tita Baby. Mm-hmm.
The only person on this cast, I think, not in their 20s. I think everyone else is in their 20s except for Miss Tita Baby. She is 46. Originally from Khianna, but she currently lives in Quezon City. She's only been doing drag for 6 years, so we're getting a little bit of like a Sugar Cane situation where, you know, older woman, not as experienced in drag, and I'm liking that a lot. She said she does a lot of corporate gigs, and she was asked to speak internationally for some, I forget exactly what it was, but I was like work. She had a quote that I think one of our dearest Eve the Bunny, who was not able to be here today, would really enjoy, where she said something to the effect of, everyone can be Beyonce, but it's hard to be Tina Knowles.
Ooh, okay.
I mean,
it was something to, please tell me if I translated that wrong, but I think that's what she said. She said Beyonce, and she also said Tina Knowles. And I'm going to assume that that's what she meant.
Oh,
so.
I mean, that's say something. You think anybody can be Beyonce?
Or anyone can try to be Beyonce, is I think what she said. Not anyone can be. Anyone can try to be. But it's very, very difficult to be Tina Knowles. Something along that line. It felt very positive towards both Beyonce and Tina Knowles. So.
The old Hollywood glamour in this outfit.
Oh!
I love so much. Like, if you, like, I'll be honest, like, I feel like this could be something to come up from the season 6 black and white design challenge.
Very that.
Like, that's what I was getting off from this. I was just like, oh wow, that's pretty good. And for some reason, like, I thought I would hate like the whole messiness of the white, but I don't hate this at all. Cause where it's lined, it's like it's good, but then like where it's like, I guess, judged in a way, it works, and I'm not mad at it. Like, of course, love the jewels, love the whole detail of the nails of black and white, and then just the the jewelry. Like, I'm looking at a side like view because I have to meet the queens on my other screen here. Like, that's a huge earring. Like how? Like how? Oh, so good.
Classy, sophisticated, simple, gorgeous. Those are what best describes this. It's very age appropriate too. Like, she's 46 years old. She's not trying to do something that is just like, not that she couldn't be, but she's given us such a beautiful, just beautiful woman in this picture. Like, it's nothing else but beautiful. And sometimes we talk about, something so simple, it's so simple. When simplicity is done right and done well, it's good. And this is good. This is simply good. I like it a lot.
I mean, what is there to say? I think this is it's class and elegance, sophistication, glamour, so age appropriate. I had that same comment as well, Lana. Like, so perfectly fit for where she's at in her life and where she's at in her drag career. I think it is so wonderful. This big necklace as well is so nice, but it doesn't take away from the gown. And I love that the base of this gown is just this white or this black, but you've got this white kind of coming around it. It looks like fashionable toilet paper, and I mean that in the absolute best way. And then you've kind of got this like this little bit of the white over the black of the skirt part. It's just yes. My only critique is I wish the hair was just a scotch bigger. That's all I want. That's all I want. But work. Scores.
I give this a 96.
Here you go again, Brandon.
Here you both go again.
Yes. Damn, Joe. Get out of here.
Wow.
And this was my first. This was my first 96. So
I feel very replicated.
Mine too.
Also mine. Because we have the same scores, basically. Anyway.
I just can't wait for David to ruin our averages.
I know. It's fine. Next up, Versace. She is 25 years old. Let me get. I know you're excited. I'm excited that you're excited. She's 25 years old. She's also from Kazan City. Her drag name came from her Tumblr name and also just like very sexy. And that her first piece that she ever bought for herself was Versace. She's a very acclaimed hairstylist. She said she's a nonchalant drag queen. She talked about walking New York Fashion Week in drag, which like so fun. And she said that she is the definition of the future of drag and that she is designed for daylight. I loved that. Oh, yes. Work, Ver.
Versex, my favorite drag name of this season. Like,
are you sure it's not Popstar Bench?
No, Versex.
Okay.
I just because like I was like waiting for, because when I first saw like the name before I watched like all the Meet the Queens, I was wondering how this was going to be pronounced. And then of course when she said the way she said it for sex, I was like, okay, that makes much more sense. But the fact that she walked Fashion Week is a gag, because how many from Drag Race has walked Fashion Week? Do we know?
I think 3.
3?
Violet, Fame, and Nick are the only ones that come to mind.
Okay. And the fact that she got to walk,
if all those are right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and the fact that she got to walk before like Drag Race, like that, like props to her. Like I love how this promo was shot, because that ponytail angle is just perfect. Just so stupid, and I love it. I mean, I will say this about this though, because like I'm looking back on the video itself. I feel like there's more of the detailing I can see better, like in the Meet the Queens video, than in this promo picture itself.
This promo photo is not my favorite photo.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't show off this look really at all.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No, because like I'm looking at this right now. Like I love this jacket. Like I get where she's going with like holding her body like that. But I love this jacket. And the whole detail of this with the like work, because if I'm looking at it correctly, it goes down. Like it's not with the boot. Like this jacket is not with the boot.
No.
It's not. So like it's just so smart, and I love how like the shoes itself is designed the way it is. Because like those paneling in the front where like the black, like it's just the attention to detail, everything. It's, and this hat too. This is the first of its kind that we've seen, like when it comes to the promo, like seeing this hat, because I've seen it so many, like again, it gives Fashion Week, and I love that.
I really like her. I like the fact that she was like, I'm a nonchalant queen. Like that just kind of like stood out to me. I was like, yes, I love that. And I feel like that shows in this promo that she's very much like of a nonchalant, like I'm just a girl from around the way. Just put on, I love fashion, so I'm gonna wear whatever I want and I'm gonna make it fly. Like, give me fur boots, give me a fur jacket. Here, throw this little diamond like jewel type thing around it. I'm gonna put my hat on, got my ponytails going in the wind. And they'd be like, "Girl, you put on two different boots." I got my fur thing up, just covering up one boot. It's so blase put together, but in a fashionable way, in such a good fashion way. I kind of love it. It's very much like she is she's a girl who just loves fashion, and she dares to be different. She's fearless. She is not going to let anybody, no social constructs tell her what goes together and what doesn't fit and what doesn't make sense. It's just if it looks good, I'm gonna put it together and I'm gonna wear it. Like I think she even has a different kind of little skirt, little thingy going on right there. So it's just like all these different things, and then whatever this orange thing is that she sold, it's like all these different things that she just
That's like
puts
the food,
right,
whatever the food is that she's supposed to be
right.
holding.
But like all these things she's supposed to put together, and it's like it doesn't make sense. But once you put it together, it makes sense and it looks good. I love that about her, and I love her attitude. Like I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and y'all go either deal with it or not. Here's what it is. I love it, and that mug is mugging. Period.
Oh, so good. So good. She gives me a little bit, Lana, of Mrs. Tan. She gives me a little bit of Mrs. Tan in the approach to drag and in the fashion sense. And I'm glad that we're finally making a drag reference that someone other than Lana doesn't understand. No shade to you, Brandon, but I'm happy that it's happening for Lana. And even in the face, she's giving me a little bit of Mrs. Tan. Shout out to friend of the pod, Mrs. Tan from Drag Den. We love you. Yeah, this was one of my favorite promos in that it's so simple, but it's so intentionally stylized. She picked every single part of this intentionally, and she put all of this together in such a meticulous way. The fur detailing, I don't love a whole lot of random fur, I gotta be honest, but in this application, it really works for me. This jacket having this almost kind of like disco ball effect is really doing something for me. And then the hat with this pop, this auburn ponytail is so good. And then some of that warmer color reflected in the face as well. Like the boot even, I think the boot is so fun. I don't like the composition of this photo, but watching this look in the Meet the Queens, I was obsessed with it. And I'm very excited for her. Guys,
this was so hard for me to score because, like, again, so many different elements, but I still loved it. I'll give this a 93.
I gave it a 92.
Gave it a 97.
Work.
I really enjoyed this. Next up, Yudipota, or as I was made aware of her name prior to the season, Yudipota Marupokpok. Which I'm kind of sad she's not going by the whole thing on the show. But regardless, whatever. She can do whatever she wants to do with her drag. So she is 27 years of age from Bacolod. She's known as the glamorous Aswang, which I think is very fun. Shape-shifting monster kind of drag that we're going to get from Miss Yudipota. She was doing drag for 6 years. She talked a lot about being an online gamer, and I felt very seen. Brandon, I assume you probably agree.
Yep.
She balances eloquence and glamour. She said she's the concept and the myth, which, ooh, yes. She loves to scare and gag. And she talked about her best moment in drag being meeting and performing with Mother Sasha Colby, and also Crystal Versace, who she barely mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly Mother Sasha Colby.
Yes. I forgot to show off that I'm wearing Sasha
I was going to say, you also have a cute shirt, and you didn't mention it at the start of this podcast, Brandon.
I was going fast, okay? You know this.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This is my favorite promo. So
this is also my favorite promo.
And of course, like the nod to playing online games, like, and I feel seen. And the fact that she's gonna be representing the alternative drag for this season, I'm excited. I am very.
We're
excited.
In good hands. We're in good hands.
Like after OV, like obviously I'm ready to see Yudipota, or is that how you pronounce it?
Yudipota.
Okay. I just love like this whole concept of like is it supposed to be snakes? I can't tell.
I can't tell, and I kind of like it. I think it's supposed to be snakes because of the way that the head is looking on the like black pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that.
I almost said tentacles, and I was just like, I did not want to go to that direction.
It still honestly could be.
It could, yeah.
It could be.
It's definitely snakes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because I think I see some snake detailing in the actual dress itself.
It's definitely snakes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And the sheerness of it all is what is selling it for me. Because you can't, like, looking at this outfit, you can't tell this is alternative drag, like, at all. But conceptually is what's giving it to me. Like, the sheerness of the drag of it all, but also the concept of all the snakes of everything. I just love it. Like, and I need to pull it up. Hold on, where is it? She did what needed to be done. Also, not the sign covering me.
Well, you did it to yourself, darling.
I don't care.
Valid. No, Lana, no. No, Lana, no.
What can I say?
Okay.
I love it.
You had me in such a fucking panic.
I don't even know why y'all would think I wouldn't.
Because you started shaking your head like you were going to say, no, I don't like it.
It's so good.
Thank God.
I do. I think it's so good. It's so good. She's so pretty. And if she is going to be, like you said, the alternative queen of the season, I'm very intrigued because this doesn't give me alternative queen. This gives me very pretty, very, conceptual queen. Absolutely. But it doesn't give me the alternative queen. So I'm intrigued to go. I can't wait to go through her Instagram and just see all the things that we're going to get.
I'm so excited.
So excited to do that.
I'm so excited that I'm judging this. I'm so thrilled. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I cannot wait.
I mean, I wouldn't want to judge this because then I don't want to have to make the decisions on what's not good or what's good. But
I want to be surprised and delighted by what I see. That's why I'm excited.
I'm excited to look through everything and just go, my God, man, this is beautiful. But the fact that she has these snakes coming off of her and I'm bringing them from the white into the black head of the snake, it's so good. It's so good. And then what I like the absolute most about this look, she didn't try to do the nude illusion. She didn't try to put a nude illusion under there. She just let us see the skin and she just had the body. That's literally all I've ever asked for. It's like, when you don't need the nude illusion, don't do it. Like, it's not necessary to do it. And it wasn't necessary for this because where she had all the white detailing placed on the along the body and along the dress is beautiful. My only minute critique, I want more black. I want just a little bit more black.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. Just like, I don't know, like maybe down at the bottom or something, like maybe ombre it's some black at the tail end, because the black at the black hair is great. Got the black on the snakes. I wanted just a smidge more black. Maybe, like I said, maybe down at the bottom to ombre out the dress. That would have just did it for me. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
I definitely see where you're going with that. For me, this garment kind of gives snakes coming out of the middle of her body. Like, it's very like sci-fi alternative in that way that I like. I don't know if I'm reading into this too much as well, but it's giving me the energy of like the black is at the extremities of the garment. So it's at the tip of the snakes, it's at the top of her head, and that's all you need for it. And in a really in a conceptual way, I kind of really like that perspective of it.
I mean, but if it's at the top of the head, it's at the extremities, it should be at the bottom, like at the feet, like it's sucking up.
Sure,
all
no,
the white,
I
like
see.
into the black.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean.
But
no, she is someone that I am very, very excited to talk about. Like, I think she is going to bring just out of this world concepts, and I'm so excited to see what she does. The look is so simple but so well done. The construction of this dress is also so wonderful. I think it's like, I appreciate that it is not skin tight, like you said, Lana. Like, we don't need it to be a skin tight dress for you to still give that illusion that you're giving, and I think it's very, very well done. It is so simple, but done to the nth degree in a way that I'm just a really big fan of. Do I need to ask? Duh.
99.
Lana!
I want more black.
Okay.
Well, I want more black.
Don't worry. We got plenty
of
of black on the garment for our last girl, Zymba Ding. The only one who didn't state how old she was. So I don't know how old she is. She is from Manila. And as we learned in the cast assessment, she is the first drag daughter of Brigading Ding Ding from the House of Ding, which also makes her the niece of Venus Deluxe and the drag granddaughter of Dee Dee Marie Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to see this family tree.
Ferocious. I see where she fits. I really do. I see where she fits amongst this. She talked about her name comes from from Venus, talking about Simba from The Lion King, which I think is so fun. And because she's an avid churchgoer, I was like, I loved learning that about her. I thought that was really she's gonna add a nice, fun perspective to this season as well. She said she's queen of the jungle. She's only been doing drag for 1 year and 4 months.
Oh wow.
Huh? All right, baby.
Yeah,
good for you.
Yeah, I remember like 1 year and 4 months, and this is the product that we get. Like, wow. First thing that comes to mind, obviously, with this outfit, this wig. Like, oh my god! Like, so many wigs. I've been obsessed with this for all these promo looks. So good. Now, what also stood out for me here, though, too, this corset situation. Like, the fact that this corset is in with this skirt as well. Like, I would have not have thought of that. Like, that is just impressive how, like, it is so well built. And this dress is just so, like, it's just dripping in everything that I love about this. Like, it's I think it's velvet. I think it's velvet. Yes, and yeah, just love it. And it doesn't really show this much as well in the promo picture because I'm looking at the photo comparison on the Meet the Queens. Like, and I love the detail, like with the compare with this hip corset. Like, it goes with the shoulders really well as well. So that really points out how attention to detail this one is too. And I love how the touch of white comes in with the wrists as well. It's like the same material as what the hips and shoulders are supposed to be. But I feel like the whole white accent is more so in the wig. But this wig is so smart. Again, I would have not have thought of this. Like, I would have thought of this for the last person's look, because that would have made sense with the snakes. So
Yeah, I really like this. I like the corset going into that hip piece, on the exaggerated hip piece. I love the velvet of the dress. I love how it's very much like dripping in opulence. It's very much giving me um um what's her name? Morticia. It's giving me very
Adam.
Morticia. Yeah, Morticia Adams vibes with that, the sleek, slender kind of silhouette, but she does it with she adds more to it with the exaggerated hip to it, and then the white little trim around there, and then this wig is insane crazy. It's insane. It's craziness. It's beautiful. It's great. Her makeup is stunning. She's such a little firecracker. Like, she was just like, I loved her Meet the Queens, and I liked how she just ended it off. And she was just like, you know what? Yes, I go to church. Praise God. Like, oh, praise the Lord. Like, she was very much in it.
Love it.
I loved her energy, and she was just like, but she was so real and so honest. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I will give it the same critique because I'm a fair chick. I need more white. I need more white. And I'm like, I like the little details of the white trim in the dress. I need more white in the dress. More white in the dress for me would have made it like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. But it's really good. I love her makeup. Her eye makeup is stunning. And I think she's going to be such a interesting and refreshing personality on the show, and I can't wait to see it.
You know what I would have done to add more white? I just need the corset and the skirt, the like 3D skirt part to be white. That's all I would have done personally.
I could see that.
Like, I
Yeah, I
think
can see
that would have given it the balance, because I find myself looking for that balance more here. But I think overall this is a really, really solid ensemble. This hair, hat, wig, headpiece, chandelier she's got a chandelier on her head. Popstar Bench had a TV on her head. Zymba Ding has a chandelier on her head. Like, I think this is really cool. I love the shape that this 3D skirt situation is giving. I do love the velvet in the dress as well. I think that's a very, very nice touch. It's classy, it's sophisticated, but you can tell she's still a younger queen. And I have to say, her mug is one of my favorite mugs on this cast because it's so striking and big and bold. It's very brigading in that style of that like soft swoop up into the high arch like situation. I think it's so good. I was a really big fan of this. So, scores for Zymba Ding.
I'm gonna do 98.
Brandon.
We didn't all do it this time.
Damn it.
Brandon.
Damn it.
And I changed mine too.
Oh.
No, not this. So you 98.
98. Absolutely
Okay,
98.
Yeah, I didn't match you all this time, which I think is fun to end off the day. I gave her a 92.
I started with the 92, and then I kept looking, and I went up. So weird.
Well, Julie. Well, Julie, as we all mentioned, we just need to all stop sharing the brain cell that is the cup. So,
Absolutely.
But with that being said, that is the cast. I did go ahead and look because I was curious during the review about the Instagrams and things like that. So we have Myx Chanel, who is non-binary. We do also have a trans woman on the cast. I didn't realize Angel was a trans woman, is a trans woman.
Okay.
Which I'm glad, again, more trans representation in Drag Race Philippines. I appreciate it from them. So,
are we drafting or no?
I was going to say we could save it for the look over here, only because I think there's other people that want to draft. Unless we want to draft. I'm fine with drafting now.
No, it's okay. We can wait.
We can wait.
I think other people are going to want to draft, potentially. So, and I like bigger drafts. That's just me personally. So, we're going to draft at a later date. So to give more people the opportunity to pop in. But thank you so much for joining us for this cast assessment for Drag Race Philippines. We will be back, like I said, in between now and our premiere on August 7th to do our special edition of Look Over Here, where we talk about the Instagrams of these queens, judged by me. I'm very excited. In the meantime, we've got a lot of Drag Race content happening right now. We are covering All Stars France and Mexico, and we are about to start covering Canada versus the World. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, so you know when all of our content is dropping. And for you fans of Drag Race Philippines, we will have other Drag Race Philippines related content on the channel between now and the premiere.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a lot of it.
I will just say this, and I'm going to give y'all have asked. I promised, and I know y'all like she has lied and broken her promise and is not doing it. That is not true. I have been doing it. I'm continuing to do it. We have them ready, and we're going to start dropping them throughout now and when Philippines airs. So my reaction to season 1 of Philippines is coming. I have done some episodes. I'm still recording some episodes. It is happening. And if you want my live reactions to the lip syncs, you have to join our membership channel, because that is the only place where the live reactions to the lip syncs and Untucked will be on the membership channel, our Patreon channel. So if you want those reactions, you can do that. But we will be dropping my reactions to the episodes and my very vague comments on the lip syncs, because they're very vague. You don't get it all on the channel, baby. You got to get my live reactions on the membership, but you'll get my very vague comments on the lip syncs on the when we drop those episodes. So I did not lie to you guys. Please don't think we forgot. We did not forget. This is very intentional. We knew season 3 was coming, and
we thought we had more time before it was coming. I'll be honest with you, but we got it. We're doing it. So
we get it.
Yeah. So make sure to join us on Patreon. Don't join the YouTube membership. We're not doing anything, even though there is a join button. Don't do it, please.
No.
Join us over on Patreon, where we will have Lana's, like she said, reaction to the lip syncs and Untucked for season 1 of Drag Race Philippines. Those will be coming out pretty rapidly in between now and the premiere of the season. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell on your way out. Check out the description below for our Patreon link, as well as where you can find all of our other YouTube channels and our audio podcast links. You can also follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can follow the 3 of us and get some merch, including but not limited to cup mug, down below in the description as well. With that being said, we are going to get out of here. I am thankful this video was under an hour and a half. Cheers!
We broke the meta of finally doing a cast assessment for not that long.
We did it. Thrilled. Goodbye.
Bye.